Hello everyone, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about Goodbye Perfect by Sara Barnard. This book was sent to me by the publisher, but that in no way affects my review of this book. Goodbye Perfect follows a girl called Eden who is faced with a dilemma when her best friend Bonnie runs away with her boyfriend, who turns out to be their teacher. And Eden knows exactly where Bonnie is but refuses to tell anyone anything that she knows. This is a super intense read, and it doesn't waste any time slowly getting you used to the world. You are completely thrown in. The story opens with Eden being brought downstairs to be interviewed by the police, and straight away you find out that Bonnie's secret boyfriend is in fact their teacher. And to counteract that, the backstory is littered throughout, taking up the place where it would be so easy for lull periods to form because it is a police investigation and it's going to take time. And in those background periods are one of by far my favourite bits in this book, which is little sections titled Conversations That Have a Different Meaning Now, where Eden is looking back on these various times that she had with Bonnie and suddenly realising that little things that Bonnie said or the way she was acting in certain situations were basically giant warning signs about what was to come, and how if she'd known better she probably could have stopped this from happening. This story completely blows up to be a massive media frenzy, where Bonnie's parents have photographers sitting outside of their house all day. It's the main headline on the news stories, and there is very much the narrative of she was a good girl. Why would a good girl do this? And Bonnie, who is a foster child, really latches onto that aspect, and how if it was her in Bonnie's situation, the narrative would be completely different. They'd be pulling up statistics of failed adoptions and how children in care are more likely to go off the rails and things like that. This book is so frustrating because I was willing with literally everything in me that Eden was going to do the right thing. She is in contact throughout the story with Bonnie. She knows exactly where she is, and while the police are off searching a different part of the country, which is a completely wrong place, Eden knows exactly where Bonnie is and could lead the police in the right direction. But she doesn't. She just sits there and keeps her mouth shut because she has this unwavering loyalty to her best friend. Because when Bonnie tells Eden that she is in love with their teacher, Mr. Cohen, and that they're running away to spend the rest of their lives together because no one really understands how much they love each other, Eden has absolutely no reason to really question her friend. Of course she's going to 100% believe everything that her friend says, and that's where a lot of the naivety of being a 15-year-old really comes into this story, because she's being interviewed by the police. Her parents give her plenty of get out of jail cards, so to speak, where they're like, you can tell us now. It doesn't matter that you've been keeping it a secret. If you know something, now is the time to tell us. And she's faced with Bonnie's parents completely falling apart over this brand new information that their child has essentially been groomed by one of their teachers. And Eden just does not understand why everyone is taking this so seriously. She doesn't understand why the police need to be involved, because Bonnie's gonna come back. She's not run away forever. Eden is, like I've said, frustrating, but one of the best characters that I've read in young adult for such a long time, because her moral compass is so skewed because she's too young to really have one yet and really have enough experience of the world to really understand the seriousness of the situation that she's in. And she's just such a complex character on so many different levels. Like I mentioned, she's a foster child, so a lot of that plays a role into, you know, more of her backstory and the sort of character that she is. But honestly, one of the best things about this book is the conversations that have a different meaning now. Because how often have we been involved in certain situations in life where we've missed something so important, and we look back and suddenly go, that was the moment that they were calling for help. That's the moment where I should have seen the warning sign. The possibilities for everything that could go horribly wrong in this story are just so overwhelming, and you really get a sense of hopelessness, and it's so intense and just so frustrating, but just so brilliant in the way that it's done. Have you read any other of Sara Barnard's books? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be back with a new video soon. Bye!